Good afternoon, everybody.
Hey.
Good afternoon.
And welcome to RickyVillaTV. It's nice to see a full complement of the RVTV team here today. But we have a couple of walking wounded at the moment. We've got Hopalong Kev.
Yeah.
And Simon, who apparently overindulged a little bit last night.
Can we just all stop shouting, please?
And John's already felt like he's done a full day, so yeah.
Raring to go. It's on my second wind.
Nice one. So anyone who's watching, wow, we've got two people watching at the moment. Like, subscribe, and hit the bell thingy. Up until Friday night, it was quite a quiet week for Spurs, but we'll go into the Friday night debacle in the SimonSays Cup. Spurs versus Man City. All right. So line up: Vicario, Porro, VDV, Romero, Udogi, Skip, Bentancur, Højbjerg, Johnson, Werner, and Richie. I think what I saw from that game was an absolute masterclass in pressing from City. What do we think, guys?
Did Skip start?
Knock yourself out. I have a... is this wrong?
I think it... I'm not sure Skip started, was it?
Have I not changed the team? Anyway,
Let's wait for a little. We got here Vicario, Porro, VDV, Romero, Udogi. Now we had Bentancur, Højbjerg, and Kulusevski, didn't we? In there.
Oh yeah. So this is probably from the last match. So as professional as ever, Cammy. So yeah, I'll get rid of that and I'll adjust it. So talk amongst yourselves.
Yeah, they didn't let us out at all, did they? In that first sort of 10-15 minutes. I mean, the bravery we've been showing recently to play through teams, just we couldn't get going, could we at all?
Yeah.
And I was watching Ali Gold's podcast last night, and he said that obviously their press box is right behind the benches, and they were giving Højbjerg a lot of stick because he was being what's the opposite of brave? A coward. He wasn't making himself available for the ball, and we couldn't bring it out because he was. I think Andrew was apparently right on his case, like saying you got to be brave, you got to want the ball, you got to demand the ball and stuff, and he kept going missing. I think so. Maybe that was one issue we had. We kind of corrected it in the second half. Then the first maybe 20 minutes of the second half, we were much better, weren't we? We sort of started pressing them, didn't we, higher up the pitch. We had more joy, but they strangled us, didn't they, in the first 20-25 minutes.
Yeah.
It's that's why I didn't think there's anybody who played particularly badly. Højbjerg got a bad start, but even he was putting some great through balls through and stuff. It's just that we didn't play as well as we normally do.
No.
I think it's a lot of a hangover from our injury and international duty situation. Because looking at it as a whole, you know, if you put Maddison starting instead of Højbjerg, it's a different kind of game. Different opportunities get created. If you put in Son instead of Johnson, then that's when he was 1-on-1 with the keeper. Son scores that, Johnson doesn't. So. Yeah, it's a bit gutting really because we had no. I say we had no excuse. Obviously, I've just given you the excuse there, but we had a long rest, like you said, Jens. We had a long rest and plenty of time to prepare. It's just we were just missing that extra 10% kind of effort, really.
Maybe we're being hard on ourselves, and it's testament to how far we've already come underhand, isn't it? That we're disappointed that we didn't compete with Man City and that we didn't play very well against Man City. So it's testament to how far the expectation levels have been raised by Ange, haven't they? From the start, we've had that we are disappointed not to have competed with Man City. If you you'd have said that at the beginning of the season. Obviously, we did a few smash and grabs over them in recent years, but
Yeah.
I say most people are disappointed with the way we played, didn't we? Because we only created one chance and we didn't sort of dominate the ball like we've been doing against other teams. So it's testament to how far we've come under Andrew already, isn't it? That we are disappointed on Friday. It's one way of looking at it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose. But
what do you think, Kev?
I was just very disappointed with all the fouls on the halfway line, to be honest. You know, they're just taking out our players all the time and nothing was done, you know.
It did seem... It did seem a little bit like, Man City were getting away with 3 or 4 fouls, and then one of our players tackles someone, and then it's a straight yellow.
Yeah.
100%.
A doggy, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't see how that was a yellow at all, to be honest. But
I think that should be right now. So, what do we think about getting to the 88th minute and then conceding that goal?
Well, it wasn't a goal. Simple as that. Yeah, you impede the referee, you impede the goalkeeper, and the referee should be blowing up for a free kick. You know, it does it in all the other. You know, if you take a shot on goal and one of your players is in the way of the goalkeeper's sight line,
that's very true.
It's allowed.
Remember that? Do you remember that goal that we scored when Morris it touched his hand about 5 minutes beforehand, and that was disallowed? I mean, it's just where's the continuity?
Well, I don't know if you did. You guys notice me and my brother were going livid throughout the whole game because every single corner they were just pinning Vic, like backing into him, pushing him. And Vic kept going to the referee, "Are you going to do anything about this?" And he kept ignoring him. And then they'd back into him and pin him down again. And he'd be like, "Ref." And then he just let it go and let it go and let it go. And then look what happened at the end, because the ref just let it go. And and Vic was more distracted with the player, wasn't he? And he blocked him off. Vic thought he'd initiate the contact and get the free kick. And the ref and the VAR weren't interested.
Do you think he should have done it a little bit earlier, like pushed one of them back? Well,
you can't, can he? Because they'll give a penalty against us. You can't push him. Like, that's why he kept saying to the ref, "What am I supposed to do? I can't push him back because you'll give a penalty against me." And he was backing into him and holding him throughout the whole game. Every time they got a corner, I guess they said on commentary we could have been a bit cuter and put someone in between him and the player to do it. Maybe that's where we learn it in future. But
Romero, just put in there. Yeah. No one's going within 10 yards of him.
But the ref should have picked it up on the numerous times that they were doing it before that as well.
Yeah. I'd like to have seen Bunman come on. You know, I think he would have done all right for the last 10 minutes. He'll run out.
Yeah, that would have been.
He's got more of an aerial presence there, hasn't he? You know, 6'4" or wherever he is, and that he'd have been in front of him, whatever, hustling and bustling.
Well, they're also saying, Kev, Ali Gold was saying last night, if you watch the incident, that Richie was fouled as well. He was the front post man, and the City player literally pushed him out the way so he couldn't win the header. And don't know if VAR even bothered looking at that, did they? I mean, just to push someone out the way, he's trying to win a header.
Yeah. The thing is, all VAR should be, right? All VAR should be is a word in the referee's ear saying, "Oh, do you know what? I think you missed something there. We'll stick it on the monitor. Why don't you pop over and have a look?" And that's all it is. That's all VAR should be. Hey, you just good to see you.
They've become lazy, haven't they, Sam? They don't make any decisions anymore. They're just like, "Oh, we'll let VAR sort that out." They don't make any decisions.
Absolute cowards. And he just didn't have the balls to disallow a goal against Man City. Simple as that. Complete fucking corruption, and just absolute cowardice. And it's just.
It was annoying, but at the end of the day, we only created one chance throughout the game. They had all those gilt-edged chances.
But we should be taking a replay and having a word with ourselves. And should be saying in between, saying, "Right, remember that game at our place? That was not good enough. Let's level it up at their place and go and beat them at their place." We should earn that replay. We earned that replay because we defended well. And even Højbjerg didn't play well. You know, I didn't want him in there. I wanted Madison in there. But even Højbjerg was playing well. Skip was playing well. We did enough to earn a replay, and we've been robbed by a scumbag coward of a referee. And it happens all over the place. Wolves have had it more than anybody this season. And it's disgusting. It should end. It should be accountable for their crappy mistakes. Everybody else.
It's always the usual suspects that benefit from these, though, isn't it? You know, your Liverpool's, Arsenal,
Man United.
Man United, they always seem to get them.
Yeah. Well, I think this is the problem, is that now referees, they're under so much scrutiny, and they just think, well, quite frankly, this is not really my job. It used to be their job. And now it's, we'll just let VAR sort it out. And VAR, they're about as useful as a chocolate teapot.
Yeah,
that's what they draw lines all over the place, and I don't think I've ever seen a line that's been straight from VAR. I swear they use that thing on what's it, Word or whatever. When you try and draw a straight line, you never can get it quite straight enough. It's just Windows 96 or something like that. It's
a sketch.
Yeah, it is ridiculous. So. But I think we were very, very passive.
Yeah.
In the attack, and that actually quite surprised me. I thought that Kulu, Werner, and Johnson would. I know Johnson's still a little bit passive, but Werner and Kulu. Okay, Werner's only played 2 games. His first game, I thought he looked quite lively, but it was also that they weren't releasing the ball to him.
No, I was about to say that.
Which is. Obviously, if you want him to make a contribution, he needs to get the ball. So why was that? I don't think Bentancur had a particularly good game. In fact, even Højbjerg outplayed him, which is saying something.
Or Kulu, our midfield. Yeah. All 3 of them didn't have great games, did they?
Yeah.
It's mediocre performance from everybody. I think the reason they didn't release Werner is because who he was up against, I'm not sure. It's doubtful whether he would have outpaced him or outran him. So if it's 50-50, whether you think he'll make that ball that you're going to put through to him, you just turn and give it to someone else.
But still, you got to give him a chance,
Yeah. They did a couple of times. They made a few good runs in, but again, nothing came of it. So probably won.
Yeah, well, he was against Guardiola, who, again, I thought was a bit of a dirty bastard. Kyle Walker, as usual, adhered himself to his ex-fans. He's a dirty fucker, isn't he?
He's a dirty little bit.
What was the difference between what he did there to what Basima got sent off for a couple of weeks ago? It was the same tackle, wasn't it?
Yep.
He didn't have Gary Neville screaming down the Sky microphone that. Yeah.
Talking about the press, though, I'm really quite surprised. I've always been a big fan of listening to the radio, and I often listen to 606, Robbie Savage and Chris Sutton.
God.
And Chris Sutton absolutely despises us, but he won't hear a word said against Ange Postecoglou this season. He absolutely loves the bloke.
Yeah,
and Robbie Savage obviously is always blah, 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 blah. Hey, yeah, but what's he won? Oh, he's not a Scouser, is he? He's Welsh, but close enough. He's absolutely 100% in Ange Postecoglou's corner, which I think is brilliant. But there seemed to be going off on a tangent a little bit. Did anyone see the article that Paul Parker wrote about Harry Kane?
Yeah.
No, what's that?
Everybody's laughing at Harry Kane in England, apparently, because he decided to go to Germany to try and beat Lewandowski's record rather than beat Alan Shearer's in England or something along those lines. And Paul Parker, he was a decent player. He was pretty good for England. He was pretty good for Man United. He was absolutely brilliant for QPR, I seem to remember.
Yeah.
But seriously, these ex-professionals coming out who would have not even done a third of what Harry Kane has done in the game. Okay, maybe he's won more titles or whatever. But the amount of goals that Harry Kane scored for his national team and also for Tottenham, that you can come out and slag him off and say that everybody's laughing at him. I don't see that. Maybe the Gooners are, and West Ham and Chelsea
and Liverpool.
That's part of the course. So, yeah.
Depends who they're right for, doesn't it? Like, you know, you've got to get your articles seen and heard and read these days, whether it's online or offline. And it's such a competitive market now. You've got to have. That's why Robbie Savage is still on 606. You know, he's next to bug all about the game, but because he comes out with absolute crap that winds people up, same as Chris.
Controversy. That's what they want, don't they? Want controversy and people talking about it.
Gets people tuned in. So the best thing to do is just ignore them. You know, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter what they say, really. It's just for clickbait.
Yeah, journalism used to be reporting the news. Now it's just making money for your employers, isn't it? By clickbait, getting people to click your thing and adverts and whatnot. Yeah.
There's sources out there that have stood the test of time in terms of, like, if you want a decent analysis of a game, whether it's your own team or whatever, then that you still go to them, you find them out, and you know, they're still going and they're still read by most people. You know, so I was talking last night, we were talking about Taylor Swift. You know, Taylor Swift is she's not that great. You know, she's good, don't get me wrong, but she's not that great. The reason people think she's great and she's the best and all that is because of how many people she's got following her, or the Swifties, and they shout louder than everybody else. And that's all people think. That's what people think is a good standard of quality, and it's not. It's just volume of people. You know, 50 million people say a stupid thing. It is still a stupid thing. It's just, you know, you've got to be wise in your own selection of what you look at, and read and listen to.
So Taylor Swift is actually the music world's Liverpool.
McDonald's. She's McDonald's.
More like Man United, really.
Okay. So has anyone got anything else to say about the I was very, very disappointed because I do love the FA Cup.
I've stopped watching it now. It's finished it for me for this season. I won't be watching any more of the games. I didn't watch any games yesterday. Nope. I won't watch any today.
Come on, Kev. The magic of the cup. Maidstone United. You're not going to be watching Maidstone United. I defy you to not watch Maidstone.
Who are they playing?
They beat Ipswich at Ipswich.
Yeah. They knocked out Cheshire United in one of the previous rounds, Kev. My local
did they?
team. Yeah, they did, yeah. So it could have been Cheshire.
Ipswich, Cheshire United, Man City.
Stevenage. And
Stevenage, yeah. Whoever's next.
Luton beat Everton, didn't they?
Yes, yeah. But did you see that video of the Maidstone United fan who, after they scored their second goal, he rolled down the roof onto the home fans?
Oh,
because apparently for the away end where they were, there's this roof, and then it goes down onto another terrace. And he kind of found himself on the roof, and I think he must have been paralytic. He just rolled down and then fell on them. Luckily, it was only a couple of meters. I don't think anyone was injured.
I wondered what was going on because I saw them like looking up at the Mason fans like they were going to kick off or something. I thought, what's going on there? That must have been that then. Bless him.
No, I don't think I've ever met as friendly fans as the Ipswich fans. My mate Steve used to have a contact in the printing world who had Ipswich season tickets and corporate. And we went down there one day and they were playing Chelsea. And obviously our accents, everybody thought we were Chelsea fans, but they were all really wanted to talk to us. So they were all really friendly and really, really nice people. And it was a nice ground, lovely food. And the town centre was pretty nice as well. There were some nice pubs, and don't know what it's like now, but
Tractor Boys. My auntie and all their sons support Ipswich because they live up in Felixstowe, so it's their nearest biggest club. So they go to all the games up there.
Mm-hmm. Nice. Didn't know that.
Yeah.
Got a lot of time for Ipswich. It's just a shame it never worked out for Scarlett up there. What did you think of his cameo? Okay, he only had 5 minutes, but
interesting that he came on ahead of Brian Hill, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Obviously shows the pecking order.
Yeah.
There, maybe Brian Hill's back off to Spain or something. Or is there any transfer rumours?
Might well be, yeah.
Yeah, well, that's something we're going to discuss
What's
in a little bit.
After last week's comments as well, where Ange said he played, Werner because he didn't have any other options, and then Brian Hill's like, "Hello, what about me? I was here as well."
Excuse me. No, it's uno, dos, tres. Okay, sorry. Enough of the xenophobia. Right, man of the match. If there actually was one.
Mickey, I'd say.
Yeah.
To be honest, he was brilliant, wasn't he? Like he hadn't been
was.
away.
Yeah.
I thought Doggy was really good as well, wasn't he, Kev? Yeah, he was good.
Yeah, Doggy played well. He's done some class stuff, some class moves there during the game.
He's so strong, isn't he? Like, just out muscling people and smashing them off the ball. And for such a young lad to be that strong.
Yeah. But Mickey, he slipped up a couple of times, but he corrected it and got away with it and done really well,
That block at the end as well, we thought he'd got away from him. Then on the replay, it showed that he'd got across and got a touch on it to block it away. He's got such good recovery speed, hasn't he?
It was backs against the wall though all the time, because we were just kicking it out to give them throw-ins all the time, just to break up the play, So we were under a lot of pressure.
I thought Richie had another good game, like off the ball. I saw some criticism on Brian Daigle's show. They were saying Richie didn't do anything. He didn't have any shots. He's like, well, no, we didn't create any chances for him. Off the ball, he worked his arse off. His hold-up play was really good, wasn't it? And he was winning fouls to try and buy us a bit of time and stuff. And I thought off the ball he was really good, but literally we created nothing for him. No crosses into the area, no cutbacks for him or anything. What's he supposed to do?
Yeah, we had a few crosses and stuff like that, but it was just poor quality. I think Johnson quite a few times. It's just
free kicks as well.
That kind of thing. It's just like I said, mediocre compared to what we know what we can do, and that's a frustrating thing. It's like I don't mind them doing that against bloody Brentford this week or something like that, but not in the FA Cup, man. Come on, like it's a weird kind of voodoo thing, isn't it? When we need to on the big occasions, I say big occasion, I know it's only the fourth round, but when it really, really, really matters, we seem to be just like under a shell. You know what I mean? Like Champions League final, FA Cup, whatever it is. It's like I don't know what it is. It's like some weird kind of voodoo. It's
there has been a weak underbelly at the club, I would say, since a certain chairman has come in. I don't know if you can blame him 100% for that, but we won a lot of cups in the 70s and the 80s, even a few in the 90s, but the 2000s is one. And we're 24 years into the 2000s now. And it does seem...
It's a bit harsh to say it's a weakness, James, because the reason that culture has happened is because of fucking Man City and Chelsea and spanking millions and billions and buying all the players, and then they're cleaning up all the trophies, and like the rest of us, the clubs are like, fucking hell, what chance have we got, kind of thing, and it kind of filters down, doesn't it, year in, year out, and then fucking Man City come along and splash a bill, and then Chelsea come along and splash a bill, and you're like, fucking hell, what chance have we got winning trophies here? And then it kind of seeps down to all the clubs, doesn't it? But it's not necessarily a weakness. It's just a realization that the top clubs are buying all the top players, and they're going to be better than us, aren't they? Really?
Yeah.
Just trying to compete and hang on.
But that's the thing. It's like there is that kind of psychology around it, but it's not true, though, is it? We've proven it's not true. But the amount of times we've beaten Man City, and the fact that Friday, was they took well over 100 shots at us in our stadium before they scored.
Yeah.
Mm.
It's the first time they've won in 6 attempts. So
first goal they've scored.
Yeah.
It's not easy to compete with them, is it? That's the thing. I mean, Leicester proved that you can, and we've done it a few times when we finished second and whatnot. But it's not easy competing with them. So every year you have to really be on your mettle, don't you? And not drop points against the weaker teams, and you have to be really on your game all the time just to hang on to their coattails. It is doable, but it's hard work, isn't it? It's not like I'm saying it's not some weakness that we've inherited necessarily. It's like it's damned hard work to try and keep up with your Man Cities and your Chelsea's, isn't it? Really.
Yeah, well, we showed that we could beat Chelsea in the 2008 League Cup, and that was not when. Yeah, they pumped a fair bit of money in, but
no, it was the Drogba years, wasn't it?
Sorry,
Drogba years. Yeah.
Yes, yeah, but if we'd actually backed Pochettino, do you think we may have won something? He never seemed, well, I don't know. I don't think he showed the respect, as many managers don't these days, to the Cups. Was it the FA Cup semi-final when he played Son at left wing back?
Yeah. Chelsea.
That was, that was unbelievable to me.
That would kill her, totally.
Yeah. So I suppose you could say it's just bad decisions. You know, someone's obviously been drinking the vodka the night before. Bad decisions turn into mayhem.
I was drinking vodka Friday night. Grey Goose.
Oh dear. Yeah. But that's actually quite good vodka though, isn't it? So it shouldn't. Yeah, it's quite pure. Yeah. Whereas some of the stuff they sell for,
I bet you didn't even know you had a knee, did you, after Kev, after all of them?
No.
Right.
This is at driving me up to bed. and then trying to get me in it was a bit of a.
I bet that's what you say to all the girls, Kev.
Well, it's really difficult to get me in the bed. Yeah, I think we should have every team, not just Spurs, every team should have the Maidstone mentality when it comes to these, because it is difficult, because obviously most of the year, and at least twice a year, you see them pumping untold millions into their team, and the Man Cities and the Chelseas and what have you.
Yeah.
But we should have the Maidstone mentality. Now, I don't know if you guys watched the game yesterday, but it was phenomenal. So we've got a team where there's nearly 100 places between Maidstone and Ipswich, right? They've got absolutely no right being there, let alone, doing what they did. So they're at Ipswich's ground, and they go 1-0 up, and then 1-0 up, and you think to yourself, right, it's a case of what we should do here is just kind of try and hold our lines and then see it out to half time, which we did. Second half, it's like, well, they scored. Well, they didn't score straight away, did they? It took them a while to score. Ipswich go 1-1. Every single team, right, historically as well, every single team from the lower leagues thinks, let's just park the bus. Let's get a replay at our place. Let's get the money. Let's get a replay. You never know what might happen. Just hang on for the draw. Let's just boot the ball out at every single opportunity. Maidstone didn't think that. They were just like, let's change the mindset here. Not only are we not going to park the bus, we're actually going to go and freaking score a goal, mate. And they were going to go 2-1 up. And then they, held out. And they bossed Ipswich all over the pitch, not just, in defence. That's a different mentality. It's just 11 players against 11 mentality. Do you know what I mean? It's like anybody can beat anybody in the FA Cup. It just matters how much you want it. That's the key thing.
That first goal, I'm sorry, but any Premiership striker would have been proud of that.
Yeah.
Did you see the way that he just ran along and just nonchalantly chipped it over him?
Sweet. Right, yeah.
Bloody hell, you got bollocks of steel to do that. Yeah, and the second goal as well. What a finish. Those were two absolutely brilliant finishes.
Yeah.
I think weren't Maidstone in the league before.
Yeah,
many years
I remember
ago.
having loads of computer games when we were little when they were in the league.
Yeah, and then they went out of business, didn't they? They went bankrupt, and then this is the new version, I believe. I'm not 100% sure, but it's and George Elokobi as well. I'll always remember him from don't know how many seasons ago. He was on the start of either Match of the Day or Football Focus. And I always thought, why is he there? He used to play for Wolverhampton, didn't he?
Yeah.
But the way that the end of the match, they won it. What would you do as a manager? You'd probably run straight onto the pitch and celebrate with your players. He went straight over to Kieran McKenna, one of our old boys, one of our youth team players, and shook his hand and shook every single one of Ipswich's back team staff's hand, and then went on to celebrate. Now, I think that's showing a lot of respect.
Yeah.
You have to win with class and lose with class, don't you?
Exactly. Yeah.
And
Good on you, George Alakobi. Sorry?
Jurgen Klopp hasn't really ever worked that out, has he? That you have to win with class as well as losing with class. He's just an arsehole, isn't he?
Yeah, we're going to talk about Clipperty later. So
I just hope the same thing happens today with Newport County playing Man United. That'd be amazing if they beat them.
Well, I'd actually like Man United to go through, so Maidstone can play them at the Theatre of Dreams.
Get fresh.
Nice payday for him.
Yeah.
Help the club, wouldn't it?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Right. It's been, as I said, it's been quite quiet, including with transfer rumours in. The ones that we did last week with this Noosa guy, Swedish bloke. Apparently, the guy from Bruges has said, or either the owner or the director of football or something, has said that he's on his way, but we don't know.
Well, you hold fire on that because Fabrizio Romano in the last hour said he's agreed terms with Brentford. He's going to Brentford, apparently.
Okay. Yeah, no, I said he was on his way. We don't know where.
Yeah, to Brentford, apparently.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that doesn't surprise me. Thomas Frank, the whole Scandinavian.
Yeah. £30 million deal, and same as us, he's going to go back and stay on loan for the rest of the year and then join up with Brentford in June.
Is that
how much?
30 million.
They're probably looking to sell Tony for 50, I suppose, and that's a profit. Yeah. I don't know.
Well, no, I thought it was good the other day that Tony, when he came back, he said, it's great to be back for Brentford, and I'm very much looking forward to starring in our 2-2 draw with Aston Villa.
Yeah.
Sorry. Okay. Well, that's I hadn't heard that.
Yeah.
One thing I have been hearing is Adam Wharton from Blackburn Rovers.
Yeah.
I think he's started about 10 times for him. He's 19 years old. There's a number of teams in for him, us and Crystal Palace, and I think Man United are interested as well. Anyone know anything about him?
No.
Nothing.
No.
Nothing.
It's the thing I love about this show is that I bring up all these transfer rumours and I haven't even bothered to have a look, and nobody else does. I need to start talking to you guys during the week, don't I? Really?
Well, we got Ashley Phillips from Blackburn, didn't we? And he didn't really pull up any trees immediately, so maybe he's another one for the future.
Yeah.
Maybe they've got some good youth network up there.
Yes, yeah. Well, Phillips had a good game yesterday for Plymouth, apparently.
I watched it last week. Obviously, Wickham got called off for the frozen pitch. Cheshire was called off for a frozen pitch. Okay. So I put on the championship, and I noticed Plymouth were playing. So obviously, Alfie Devine and Ashley Phillips were playing for them. So I watched them play.
Yeah, but Devine wasn't. Yesterday. I don't think he was even on the bench yesterday, was he?
Was he not? He played last week. Maybe he got a knock or something. Oh wow.
Yeah. But and apparently Tanganga as well had a good game for Millwall yesterday.
Yeah.
He should do well at that level, though, shouldn't he? To be honest, he's a good, solid player, isn't he? Yeah, strong player, physical player. So it's perfect for the championship, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. Millwall, I'm not so sure. But,
yeah. Millwall.
Yeah, no. I had a look at their team the other day, and I think it's him and one other guy are the only two non-white players in their team. Which kind of surprised me because I seem to remember them having Bobby Bowery and a number of other non-white players there. Maybe I'm casting aspersions, and maybe I should just shut the fuck up.
Yeah, they might have been the African nations. You never know. All their players.
Oh yeah. No, I actually looked at their squad on
the squad
my app. Yeah, and it was there's him and one other guy as far as I can see.
Yeah,
I thought the same of Ipswich on Friday. I don't think there's one of them.
Yeah. Does anyone else have any transfer rumours?
Nah, you know me. I don't take much notice of any rumours until it's. I stick with what Romano goes. As soon as we get a here we go on from Romano, then I'm like, all right, okay, I'll take notice of it now.
Thursday. It ends on Thursday, doesn't it? The window.
Yeah. You'd think we're after a midfielder, wouldn't you? To be honest, but
maybe we are. It's all hush hush. Who knows? I get transfer window fatigue after about 2 weeks. I just can't listen to it anymore because there's so much projection and speculation and bullshit, you know. And I think, oh, for fuck's sake, leave me alone, you know. I prefer the olden days when it just come up on a teletext or you heard Spurs assigned a player.
Yeah.
You know?
Picture of Alan Sugar on a yacht in Monaco with Jurgen Klinsmann.
Yeah. That's the stuff.
In his shell suit.
I still got one of those shell suits. Don't take the piss.
Have you? Have you really?
No.
Have you really? Ah.
I wish I had. Those old Tottenham shell suits back in...
Oh, they were good. 91. They were good.
91,
Yeah,
92.
good.
They were quality with the Spurs bit of the yellow. Oh, yeah. I love that.
I had one of them. I had the 87 one with the, you know, the V's on it. I had
yeah.
blue one with that, just a little flash of that on the front. It was wicked.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Genuinely better design than anything they come up with these days.
Yeah.
To Chelsea's, man, how did we not like catch fire all the time? That's mad.
Yeah.
That's because I was like 16 and I didn't. Well, I did smoke, but I kept a cigarette very far away.
So many holes in mine, man. Insane.
What's going on, Kev? Is your dog wagging its tail?
That's the husky. He's going out in the garden.
Okay.
He's fucking on his laminated floors. He's like fucking tap dancing, you know.
Is that through choice, or is Mrs. Kev throwing him in the garden?
Yeah. Yes. Oh God. Yeah, I do like a bit of extra.
John, you don't have anything, Kev? Anything?
Transfer-wise,
no, I've got no hot stuff. No.
Yeah, I keep getting the call from Ange to come in and play, but I'm just like, I just
too hungover.
Too hungover, Ange.
Dedication.
And then he goes,
"You'll be right, mate. You're flaming Goliath."
And he goes, "Yeah, no, it's all right, mate. Yeah, no, it's fine, mate. Just whenever you're ready, Si, just come over. It's whenever you're ready."
What position did you play when you played football, Simon?
Goalkeeper.
Okay.
All over, really, but goalkeeper is probably what I was best at.
Yeah. Okay. And John, you were. I seem to remember you playing on the wing at one point, midfield, defence.
I was up front for Woodside, mate. Me and Jeremy Soda, and we used to score 20 goals a season, didn't we?
Jeremy Soda, whatever happened to him? Bloody hell!
Yeah, I don't know actually. He went to. I think he went to Misbourne, didn't he?
There goes the dog again. He's back in again.
What about you, Kev? When you play football, where did you?
No, I didn't play. I packed up when I was 28 because I broke my arm, but I didn't play a lot of because I preferred drinking at the time. It was more important to me. But I was great as a kid playing for school stuff and stuff like that. But I'm only 5'6" and a bit, and all the other big lads were bigger than me, and it was. I was very skillful as a kid, put it that way, but I couldn't compete with the big lads, you know, it was that way. So I played the odd game as a substitute. When I was working for London Transport, I played a few games for them, like when the bus garages played each other as well. I scored a couple of goals every time I played, you know, because it was like that kind of open play. It wasn't. Yeah. So I played up front or in midfield.
Okay.
No good at defending.
No, that was always my forte.
Yeah, but my mates were always better than me. I couldn't get in, you know what I mean? And, you know, there's no point. I always had a spare pair of boots in the motor in case anyone didn't turn up and I was registered because I was the secretary of the club we played for, like, you know.
Okay.
Yeah, we had good standard in the East London leagues, you know, Sunday leagues, yeah. But my mates were so much better. It was no point, you know. And I had no inkling to play anyway because it was always one of the ones that turned up. Worst will wear on, you know, I'd get home at 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning every Sunday morning, like, you know. I remember one day we drove from Liverpool 6 o'clock in the morning. We got there just before kick-off, like, you know. So, so, you know, that's the type of thing. But
bloody
more running it than playing in it.
Yeah, I think I gave up playing when I was about 13 or 14 at school because, I was good at fouling people, but not really that good at anything else.
I've got a game in a minute, 2 o'clock kickoff. Still going, Jens. Still going strong.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Bloody hell, nice.
Yeah. I've got to pick up Gaza as well. Gaza's playing today. Yeah, not the Gaza, our friend Gaza.
Yeah. Send him my regards.
I will.
Showbiz coming down, is he?
No, he can't get him planned. He doesn't even come to training anymore at the moment. He's got bad, I think, Achilles. Something with his back.
Okay.
His back affects his Achilles, bizarrely. Yeah.
Okay.
We've got a decent backbone of a team here, haven't we? Me in goal, Jens in front of me, Kev up front, John in there.
I can't even walk, let alone run.
As long as you can keep my cigarettes warm. Dry, sorry.
Well, David Ginoli used to have a cigarette before the game at half time, didn't he? So you'll be fine.
Exactly. Yeah, it gives me energy. Come on.
Yeah.
Johan Cruyff, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah. He was a smoker.
Yeah, Socrates, 40 a day apparently.
Yeah.
40 a day, blind.
Yeah.
That's probably what killed him.
Yeah, but he was still a hell of a player while he was smoking 40 a day. But
Yeah.
okay, transfer rumours out.
I've got one, Jens. I've been on to news now. Tottenham have reportedly made contact with Serie A side Atalanta over a move for their defensive midfielder Edison, as former sporting director Fabio Paratici leads talks. So Edison Silva, defensive midfielder, apparently at Atalanta.
Yeah, we did him a couple of weeks ago on here.
What's Paratici doing? Why is he involved?
He's a consultant, isn't he?
He's still allowed to work for us,
consultant.
apparently.
No, he's not.
Yes, he got his license back to be a consultant or something. He's not allowed to be employed directly, but he's got a consultancy.
Shouldn't be anywhere near him, for fuck's sake.
He's done well though, hasn't he? All the good players he got in for us.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, but he's toxic. We shouldn't get anywhere near him. God and Bennett.
He's got an argument now. Apparently, all the bending the books he was doing was to help the clubs during COVID times because they were struggling to make ends meet. So apparently, they think of him quite highly in Italy because he was doing it for the good of the clubs. So,
of course,
yeah.
Wow. Okay, so in order scrabbling around for excuse, he's picked up a massive pandemic that killed millions of people.
Levy's like, I'll buy it. Yeah, he can carry on working for us. It's fine.
Jesus Christ, that's going to come a bite, isn't it? In the arse, you watch.
Jens has done the runner.
Well, I think the last I heard, Ange was saying, what he was looking for was basically just one at the back and one up front.
Yeah. Was Manor Solomon on the bench yesterday? He was due to come back, wasn't he? No, he wasn't.
No, I think he's going to be. They reckon he's going to be back early February, so next week.
Right. So it's useful to have him back as well for.
So this week, Wednesday, do you think?
Their competition
for
the wide areas.
That could be possible.
Good player.
Transfer rumours out. Apparently, Hill. There's some interest for him, and Højbjerg. I've heard that Napoli are interested in loaning him with an option to buy. And I've also heard they offered, I don't know how much money for that Mangala at Everton. That really surprises me. I think Højbjerg.
Isn't he the accident-prone fella? Didn't he, when we played him, he let a couple of goals in or something? I can't remember rightly.
Oh, Mangala?
Yeah.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure. But...
He did. You're right. Yeah, you're right, Kev. He did. He was at fault for both goals, wasn't he?
Yeah.
He was. Yeah.
Position. He played him. One of them was offside.
That's right. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and he gave the ball to us on the other one.
Yeah.
Hill is apparently linked with Brighton, isn't he?
Oh, really? I don't know
if it's a loan or a sale to Brighton.
That surprises me.
Yeah.
Brighton are usually quite a big team, aren't they?
I think he's on good wages at Tottenham, isn't he? So the problem for going back to Spain is that the Spanish teams aren't going to offer him the wages that he's on at Tottenham. But...
I don't understand why Hill's not getting more game time with us. I mean, I know it wasn't right for yesterday because it wasn't that kind of game we needed. We needed someone to, disrupt what they were doing, and he doesn't really do that. But he's absolute quality every time he plays. And I understand why we're not giving him more game time, but I'm not the manager, so...
I don't think he has the... he doesn't have the final ball for me.
Well, he doesn't need to. He's a midfielder, isn't he? So he's great at getting the ball from defence, turning, going, doing 2 or 3 players, and then laying it off. He doesn't cross in or anything like that. He puts.
But he should do where he plays. He should do.
Well, he's kind of like right more kind of like.
But he's more of a winger, really, isn't he?
Yeah, it's kind of like left mid, isn't he? So
yeah, I'd say more attacking left, and then I think that he should probably have a bit more of a final ball. He doesn't. The problem is he seems to not know when to release the ball, and then he seems to not know when to shoot, because a lot of the time I've seen him, I'm like, shoot, and he passes.
yeah. He's
So
improved like a lot of other players. He's improved, in all different areas. Let's not forget, you could knock him over with a feather last season, and he can't do that now. He's much improved on that. He still does get knocked over, but he's still, and I think he had a great game. Probably his best game of the season was against Newcastle, I think. He's improved in all kind of aspects of that. He even had a shot at goal. He hasn't got a great shot on him, but he put through some incredible through balls. And that's picking the ball up from defence and making it happen. We need more of that. I mean, I know we've got contenders to do that already, which is great. So maybe it's just a case of, first come, first served. I don't know.
Yeah, well, would you keep him around just because we seem to have had so many bloody injury problems?
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I love watching him play. So yeah,
I like watching him play as well. He does frustrate me a little bit with his end product.
It's better than Højbjerg. It's a bit like in terms of
he is, but Højbjerg plays a completely different position as far as I'm concerned. So. No, I completely agree. John knows that I'm always very critical of the Danish players. Even when Christian Eriksen was being prime Pele, I was still like, he could have done better. But no, Højbjerg he was something that we needed a few seasons ago, but I don't think he had a good game on Friday. In fact, I didn't get the chance to give my man of the match for Friday, and I was going to give it to Højbjerg. Apart from those, I don't think anyone played really, really, really well, apart from him until the last 10 minutes when he was knackered and he gave those 2 balls away.
I thought he was up and down, to be honest. So he started off really badly, and then
I thought he was pretty steady. But I didn't get yours either, Simon. Who was your man of the match?
Porro for me. Just because he was the only one who showed any kind of passion. I don't know if you saw or heard rather. There's one of the blocks he did when they were taking a shot from the left hand side, taking a shot on goal, and he blocked it and just got up and just roared in the guy's face. I can't remember who it was. It might be a day actually. Just roared in his face, fist pumping, and like that's what you want to see. Normally that gets everybody else going, and we go on to win. But the fact that he was the only one who showed any passion yesterday or the will to win, then I'm giving it to him. And then my favourite player. So
yeah. Okay. Right. So what do you want to do? Do you want to talk about AFCON? Do you want to do a Spurs versus Brentford preview, or should we say Alfina Schnitzel Clipperty?
Well, let's also remember, don't forget, as well as the FA Cup games today, Spurs women against Man City women. Hopefully they'll get our revenge for us. 2:00 kickoff today. That's some Spurs play. Before I forget, let's do a Brentford preview because it's we're not going to be able to talk about it before that.
No, beforehand, yeah. So predicted lineup: Vicario, Porro, VDV, Romero, Udogie, Skip, Bentancur, Werner, Maddison, Kulu, and Richie.
Won't Son be back by then?
Sorry?
Won't Son be back by then?
I don't think he will. I think they're going through, aren't they?
Isn't it Wednesday?
They did go through. Yeah, it's Wednesday, yeah.
I got a bit annoyed with it because on BBC's coverage of the Asian Cup, because there wasn't even a bloody match report on the 3-3 draw with
Malaysia.
Yeah, it wasn't even a bloody match report on it after the game. So I was like, well.
Yeah, Sky haven't even got it listed under their fixtures, so I keep looking for the results, and they've got all the other competitions. They don't even have it listed.
Yeah.
So it's only if someone puts it on Twitter that you know how he's got on, to be honest. I followed
Yeah,
South Korean
exactly.
Football Association, and you can get it from there, but I think they've gone through.
You think the Skip will play?
Well, who else? Højbjerg?
If Ali Gold says that he was giving him grief for not being brave enough on the ball, and then he gave away his chance at the end, you might be right. He might be dropped next game.
Yeah, I don't know. I think Skip. I think that Postecoglou prefers Skip to Højbjerg.
Yeah, I think it's
he obviously prefers Sarr and Basuma.
Yeah. Sarr's so good at transitions, changing from defence to attack quickly. He likes Sarr, doesn't he? But I think you're right. Madison will be back against Brentford. He kind of alluded to that fact in his press conference. He said we got some good minutes into him, and now he's well set for the next game.
Yeah,
I think Dragusin will get some time on Wednesday.
You reckon? Yeah. Well, I wasn't sure because throwing VDV and Romero back in after, VDV obviously after injury, it probably would be a good idea to maybe ease him back in. He hasn't really had that chance, has he? It's been hell for leather since he came back. So I was quite shocked. I know that you always say this to me, Simon, that Twitter is an absolute cesspool, but I still go on there. There was some guy on there saying, "Oh, how can Son be considered to be one of our biggest players when he's when he's mugged us off to go and play in a friendly tournament?" And there were a lot of people saying, "Well, hang on a minute, mate. This is like the Asian Cup. He's from Asia, and it's Well, I don't believe that. We pay his wages, and he's probably a Gooner parody account or something. I don't think it is. He's definitely a Tottenham fan.
Are you suggesting that accounts have been set up and people go on X just to deliberately wind people up?
Never.
Yeah.
That's a scandalous accusation.
I'm still banned from there. Yeah. Yeah.
Seriously, what?
Dare we ask what happened, Kev?
I made a comment about some healthcare workers beating up an old woman.
Oh yeah, maybe saying
Yeah,
slapping that woman around.
That's why you didn't reply, because I sent you a message on there asking how it went at the hospital.
Oh right. Yeah, I'm locked out.
Oh okay. Okay.
Yeah. I ain't bothered.
Yeah, well, I saw the video, Kev, and I have a feeling whatever you said was completely justified. It was disgusting.
There's no bad language in it. It was just, it's just that's my thoughts on the matter. But
but it was disgusting. What they did was disgusting.
Yeah. Well, my missus was a healthcare worker, so I know she was disappointed with that as well. I was just looking about that, changing the subject again. South Korea playing on Tuesday against Saudi Arabia.
Oh yes, yeah.
And I can't see Saudi Arabia beating South Korea. I don't think so.
We need our Asia correspondent, Eugene.
Yeah, Eugene, where is he? He was on there earlier, wasn't he, on the comments? Eugene, what's going on with South Korea?
He posted something up at about, I think, 6 o'clock this morning or something like that. So
should have asked him last week. Shouldn't we? Like, what is the perspective on the importance of the Asia Cup? What's it equivalent to that we would know? That kind of. Is it like Nations League, or is it more like Euros? I don't know.
Would Tom know? No.
Yeah. No.
Definitely.
Is he not out there at the moment?
No, he's not. No, he's in Devon.
Don't the Aussies playing out? They didn't qualify.
Yeah. But New Zealand in it.
Well, it could do. I think if they wanted, they probably didn't qualify. I don't know.
Yeah.
I thought New Zealand weren't too bad. I mean, Ryan Nelson's still playing at the age of 50.
He's probably manager, isn't
he? Yeah, it wouldn't surprise me.
Oh, did you see one of our old boys, Chris Hughton, got sacked as manager of Tunisia?
Yeah.
No, it's Ghana.
Ghana.
Won the African team, yeah.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Ouch. I didn't even know he was manager.
I did, but I didn't think Ghana were that bad. But
yeah, they're out, I think.
Yeah, it hasn't. Well, have the Ivory Coast gone out? Because they're the hosts, aren't they? And they finished third in their group. So
the only thing I can focus on at the minute with AFCON is the weird situation of the game this week, where the Equatorial Guinea play Guinea, and I can't get my head around it. Like, what? What? Equatorial Guinea play Guinea? It's like that? Is it what? Anyway,
What? What?
who do we fear? Sorry if we've moved on, but I'm just wondering who we fear at Brentford. Anybody that's going to hurt us?
Is it in
Tony.
Bueno?
Yeah.
Tony's back here.
If they let him carry on cheating, yeah, he will. But
Well, I don't think, to be honest, the Danish boys who were there, Jensen, Norgård, and Damsgaard, they haven't been good this season. Who else? That Mbuema looks pretty good.
Bueno,
He finished us off last season, didn't he?
yeah.
But yeah, so let's go back to the Spurs Brentford. They've had not a very good season. They've been
underperforming,
and I'm not sure that the manager's going to last very long, to be honest.
Well, he's hanging on, isn't he? Because they've got at the last 5 games, they've had 4 losses and a win. So that's, I know it's cliche, but hanging on by the skin of your teeth is, I think, what they call that. So it's I suppose considering what they've achieved before, they're keeping faith in, which is quite right too.
Yeah.
I think so. What we're thinking, it's got to be an easy win, isn't it? I hope that the players will be absolutely raging and raring to go after Friday, and rout them 4-0 or something. That's what I want. That's what we want to see. But
yeah, I mean, we're at home. It should be. I wouldn't say it's going to be easy, but Neil Maupay seems to have come into a little bit of form after that absolute disaster at Everton. So he's got 3 goals and 3 assists this season.
3-1 Spurs.
Yeah. What do you reckon, Kev?
Well, we failed to score for the first time in a year or more on Friday night. So that's a bit of a shocker. But I think the goals will come again. I think the goals, I'll say, hopefully 3-0.
Well, yeah, I think they'll... Sorry.
I've got to go, guys. I've got to pick Gazza up in a minute, so I need to quickly
okay, mate.
Stuff and go. See you.
Nice to see you, John.
Bye.
Bye. Well, seeing as we haven't scored, seeing as we didn't score on Friday, I'm going to go for 5-0.
Hey!
Vicario with a hat-trick.
Yeah, right.
No, I reckon Richie will hit a hat-trick. Werner will get his first goal. And Johnson will hopefully score to shut up all the haters.
Yeah,
they've got to do something to bring the belief back now, because they're middle now, and is the season going to peter out into nothing, or are they going to go for that 4th spot? Yeah. I know 5th spot might be enough, but or European qualification of any sort will be enough, but the Seals where they want to be, and Revy wants to get in amongst revenue is important. That's what I'm saying. The revenue is important, because if you look at it now, we will only end up playing 41 games this season.
Yep.
That's one League Cup, 2 FA, and the normal PL. So we're shortage of gate money. So you'll have to get another few pink concerts or whatever to boost the income. I'm sure it'll be all right.
Yeah, why not?
Good shot with a 5-0. I think I'm going 4-0. But I think Richie, in my eyes, has still got a lot of making up to do.
Definitely. Yeah. Definitely.
So I hope you're right, actually, and I hope your prediction comes true, because a hat trick from him would be going a long way towards that. Let's. Who else did you say? Werner and
Johnson.
Johnson, yeah.
Yeah.
He needs a goal in, doesn't he? Bloody hell, he needs a goal. He needs one.
He needs either a goal or a couple of assists or something like that. It's I don't think his head's dropped just yet, but I think that he's over his head at the moment. It's a bit.
There was one incident in the game on Friday night where he could have lobbed the ball right over the defence to the back post where we had an unmarked player, and I was gutted that he didn't get the ball through. I think he went out for a corner.
He should have scored that 1-on-1, shouldn't he? With the keeper, he should have scored it.
Yeah.
So,
could have thinked it, couldn't he? Really?
Yeah. He could have made
like the Maidstone attacker yesterday.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I mean. If that's Sonny in that position, then he finishes that. So.
Yeah, always.
So I want to talk about something else. One of our players who's currently on loan, Undom Bailey.
Oh yeah, he's on loan again, isn't he?
Just in case you'd forgotten about him.
Trying.
Apparently, I don't know what exactly is going on in Turkey at Galatasaray, but I've heard that the manager was absolutely amazed when he first saw him in training. Now he wants to get rid of him. And I don't know if you've seen a picture of him the other day. Again, you can't be 100% sure the picture angle, but he seriously looks like he has a beer belly.
I've seen the video of him running around. He's like in that game with the striped shirt. I've seen the video, and he looked like when they play friendly games and they bring back the old All Stars. He looked like one of them.
Tony Galvin.
Yeah. Just like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I know we've discussed this before, but do you think that he can't be bothered, or do you think that there's something deeper?
I think he's taking a piss. Absolutely. Always has done. Let's not forget, most people are absolute scumbags, and he fits in there. If you give them the opportunity to take the piss and do the wrong thing, they'll take it, and he's absolutely doing that. He doesn't care who he plays for or where he plays, as long as he can get paid shitloads of money and do bugger all.
Yeah.
Just the worst kind of player. It must be like a contract legal thing that we can't get rid of the fucker. Just like,
it's the contract. It is the contract.
Arsenal seem to get rid of him, don't they? They got rid of Sanchez and what's his name?
They were coming towards the end of their contract.
True.
They've still got 2-3 years left, I think. No, he's only got 2 years left now. But what I did find comforting, I don't know if it's definitely true, but everybody's talking about he's on 200,000 a week.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
Apparently, a lot of that is bonuses.
All right.
So he's on around about 100 without first team, without playing, making assists, scoring, whatever. So we're still losing massive money on him, but it's not as bad. It really is, isn't it? It's just so many people would give their left fucking testicle to play football.
Yeah.
And if there isn't anything wrong and he's just a lazy fucker, then seriously, he can go sit in the bin. It is. I find that so disrespectful.
Deplorable.
But unfortunately, the youngsters of these days, they're not very respectable, are they?
He's not the first player to do it. He probably won't be the last player to do it. But it's just embarrassing for us, isn't it? Like, my God.
It is. And I had such high hopes for him when he scored that debut goal against Villa. Lovely finish from the edge of the area. And I thought, and then the way that he was just, strolling about with the ball, it was Dembele-esque, except with a little bit more skill.
And that's what makes it even worse. If you are capable, like he is, then you're choosing not to do that. It's like, what? It's the lowest, man.
Yeah.
It's like, go play. Well, I wish Chelsea would just take him off our books. And, add him into their 500,000 strong roster of players that they've got. But they're never going to. They never see.
Right. Okay. Well, the big news in football or in the Premiership generally this week is Alf Wiener Schnitzel Clipperty.
Yeah.
So, what do we think about that?
Well, they say it's the Germany team he's going for.
Did you watch the interview?
I saw bits of it. I skimmed through it.
Yeah, I saw clips of it. Yeah.
He doesn't look well to me.
No.
Maybe that's what it is. Maybe he's retiring to. I mean,
he had something similar at Dortmund, didn't he? He had a burnout there.
Yeah.
So, but how long did he take off before he went to Liverpool?
I don't know.
Yeah.
If you're a multi-millionaire and you're pushing 60 or whatever age he is, I don't know, 50, 60,
Yep.
you take the money and go to the seaside somewhere in Costa Brava or Malta or wherever, you know, and put your feet up.
I don't think these football managers can do that. They're so used to being, God, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to do this. They don't find time to relax. And obviously that's not good for their physical health or their mental health. But if you sat him on a beach I don't think it's going to be the Costa Brava, to be honest, Kev. I think it'll probably be.
Well, that's where all the Germans go, don't they? Yeah. Or is that one of Lorette de Mar or one of them? I don't know.
Oh, Lorette, no, that's where all the Dutch go, Lorette de Mar.
Oh, is it? Yeah. Well, they drive down there, don't they?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, bloody hell. But I think that I don't think he can do that. I don't think they can't sit still. They can't relax. And yeah, I have to say I really, really don't like the guy. I don't like Liverpool, the team, not because of the players. I don't like them because of the fans. And he has just epitomised Liverpool as a team. Snide remarks. Yeah. Oh, everybody is against us, yeah. And just the victim constantly. So all I can say is, see you later. Don't let the door hit you on the arse on your way out, bruv. So
who's going to go there?
Good point. They're talking about, well, obviously they're saying, oh, we're going to take Ange off Spurs because, why would he want to stay down in London when he can come to our fucking shithole of a fucking city? Sorry.
It's good accent.
But I think it's going to be Alonso.
Alonso, yeah.
At Leverkusen, yeah.
They'll
get the band back together. Jordan Henderson as assistant manager, Stevie G as the manager, and then who else?
Rooney.
Rooney, exactly, as the guy who does the halftime oranges.
Yeah.
It would be really.
I think actually it's a good thing Klopp's doing it, because when you get somebody at that high level, leaving as opposed to being sacked and stating the reasons, obviously wants to have a normal life and everything. I think it's good because it's like touched on earlier, you know, psychologically and mentally and physically as well. It can take a real toll on you, but it depends on your mentality. I think Ange commented on it this week and said, you know, it gives me hope that, you know, I can pack it in one day as well if it gets too much. And you know, today, but I think yesterday, Barcelona's manager said he's doing the same.
Xavi, yeah. He's only young as well, though, isn't he, Xavi?
Yeah. So
he's about 10, 15, maybe 20 years younger than Ange and Klopp, I'd say.
I just read something about him, about leaving or something.
Yeah, so he's leaving at the end of the season. So it's I think it's a good thing. It puts a lot more power back in the managers' base in terms of like feeling like they can do that and not feeling like they're going to be like a Neil Warnock, you know, and just do it forever.
Just floats around.
Yeah. Which is, you know, I think it's a good thing. Sends a good message, I think.
Yeah. Well, we have a special announcement to make today.
Go on.
The big 5-0.
What is?
We have reached 50 subscribers.
Bloody hell.
Woo-hoo! In, what is it, 3 years now? Bloody hell, Kev. I want to shake your head about that, mate.
Yeah. Bloody hell. Do we get a wage increase?
Yeah, all right then. I'll send you some what is it, Patek's curry sauce.
Okay.
I know you like that.
Yeah, I do, yeah.
No, but thank you very much. I actually had a look on the channel earlier. I couldn't find who it was who's the 50th subscriber, but I had a bit of a conversation with, I don't know, Kev, if you know Harry Scarf on Twitter.
I know, I've seen him on there, yeah.
Yeah, he's
Facebook as well.
He's a young fella who does a show, and he posted up the other day, oh yeah, no Spurs fan should have under 1,000 subscribers. And I said, Harry, come on, give me a break, bruv. Yeah, I went on your show. The only subscriber I got was you. Yeah, so it doesn't work. And then we went from 47 to 50 in like a week.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there is a way of doing it, but it just depends if you want to commit to that kind of thing. You've got
you have to do it pretty much every night.
and
invite all of the people who a lot of them I don't want to talk with. Brian is massive on Facebook. On YouTube, Brian Daigle, and he comes on the show occasionally, and we get nothing. So, but I don't. There's a lot of people on there who will just do it for clickbait. And quite frankly, all I want to do is have a chat with SimonSays and Kev and John. So,
what more do you want in life, hey?
Exactly. Apart from a few lagers, a nice meal, and Tottenham winning every week. That'd be lovely.
Yeah.
Well, the last one's a bit of a problem. Yeah.
Yeah, I know.
We got Everton on Saturday as well, haven't we?
Home or away?
Away. 12:30 kickoff.
Hey, looking at
that's fair. So we play on Wednesday and then 12:30 kickoff on Saturday. Nice.
Yeah.
I'm surprised I didn't get us to play on Thursday night. You know.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looking at our upcoming games, it looks all of them look winnable, to be honest.
The next 6 they do, don't they?
Yeah.
Well, I mean, Everton got beaten by Luton yesterday. I can't believe it. Unless they're just bailing out, but they need the money, don't they? So
yeah,
they
were unlucky. I listened to that on the radio. They were unlucky to lose that. They probably should have edged it. And Luton scored a very fortuitous goal on. I think it was the 95th minute or something.
All right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, I'm not sure if Dyche is the right bloke for that team. I'm not sure he's the right bloke for any team. I think his football is quite antiquated, isn't it?
Yeah.
If it works, though, I mean, his motivational skills are definitely brilliant, but the football, Calvert-Lewin, I mean, he hasn't scored in 10 games.
Don't say that. Fucking hell.
And I thought he was a really, really good striker, but they're obviously not playing to his strengths. Yeah. Or maybe he's having a bad run. I don't know.
It's an odd one. The fixtures have been thrown up because he only played them what seems like a few weeks ago. At the Lane. So it's kind of strange.
Yeah, I think they're another of the teams that I'm not particularly keen on. But that again is just due to the fans. But actually having conversed with their fans, not just hearing them on television, having met them in, especially down the high road. I can remember we were in was it Bar Latino, which is I can't remember what it used to be called, but it's about halfway down the high road between Seven Sisters. Oh no, that's not true. It's about 3/4 way up the high road between Seven Sisters and the ground. On the left-hand side, quite a big venue.
Yeah.
It's now a supermarket. But I remember we beat them 4-2 or something like that. And we went in there and there was a couple of Scousers in there. And I was with a bloke who I used to live with who was from Sheffield. And they heard his accent. And so they came over and they were like, hey, yeah, I fellow Northerner. And the guy said, yeah, we were laughing at when we think Tottenham's going to win another cup on the way down on the coach. And I was like, mate, we just beaten you 4-2. When was the last time you won a fucking cup?
Yeah.
They're so arrogant. And it was, they were brilliant in the 80s, but there's something about that city, isn't there? There really is. But yeah, anyway.
I think if we put a few good wins together, I mean, as long as, I don't really care about winning the league. It's obviously a possibility, but as long as we finish above Arsenal, that's the main thing, isn't it, really, for me?
I suppose it is, really.
Again.
I'd really like to do the Europa League. I'd really like to win the Europa League. I'd like to get into the Europa League next year because the Champions League to me is we were very lucky with the Pochettino team, and in the end we just ended up not performing on the day. But the Europa League, I'd really like to see us win that because one of my best memories of my childhood was being 8 years old and beating Anderlecht and winning the UEFA Cup, as it was then. And as Bill Nicholson said, you know, a team like Tottenham, they're nothing if they're not in Europe. So
yeah, but also, I mean, you go through something like the Europa League. I mean, we spoke about it earlier, but the reason the main reason we've been trophyless is all these years, and Man City win things like the treble and that, is because once you start off winning trophies, you go into a different mindset, and winning breeds winning. It's as simple as that. You know, once you get one, you know, you can have like a snowball effect on it. And then that's what happens, and it's obviously money and all that comes into account for it and everything like that. But it's you know, everything.
It's European football as well, isn't it? And it might attract a certain caliber of player that would not normally, you know.
Yeah, no, I think since the Champions League, I think actually we've done all right in terms of attracting people. Yeah. It's just we've lost out a few times because again they're greedy and they want more money at Chelsea or, you know, Man City or what have you. That's where we lose out. I don't think we've got any difficulty attracting people, especially when you've got the likes of Harry Kane as a icon at the club and stuff like that. And the amount of international players we've got is probably too many, if anything. I don't know. I think it's probably put a restriction on who we can actually buy in this January transfer window. Is a combination of money. This is for all teams, like combination of fair play, financial rules, and all that. And also, you can only have so many, you know, foreign players. But yeah, I think once we get one, whatever cup it is, you know, bloody Berks and Bucks Cup or whatever, I don't care. It's like it's a case of like that. Then, you know, winning breeds winning or something like that?
Yes, yeah.
Just got to get started. Just get that one, isn't it?
Well, that was like Kev was singing on Friday. Score, Tottenham, score. Once you get one, you'll get more.
Yeah.
So
that's what he was saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, we did it in 2008, but the only reason we didn't then because there's so much change from that team to this team. And, you know, even when you look at you know, Woodgate scoring, Woodgate bugged off more or less straight away, didn't he?
No, so, he was still there for a season or so afterwards, wasn't he? Or was he?
No, when that came up here, I think straight away.
I was very, I was very disappointed when we signed him because all I heard about was sick note, and then he was absolutely immense that season. He was brilliant. Him and Ledley, and very nice. Okay then, chaps, time to wrap it up, I think. Anyone have any other business or any plugs? Or
not me, mate.
No, I'm all good.
No. Okay. Well, thank you very much for watching. If indeed you are watching, give it a like and subscribe. We're here most Sundays. RickyVillaTV. You can find us on YouTube, Facebook as well, and on Twitter. So if you want to pop in and say hello. I have no clue what the Twitter handle is, but you'll find us. Just put RickyVillaTV. So thank you very much, Simon. Thank you very much, Kev.
And John.
Always a pleasure, never a chore. I hope you both get better. Kev more, obviously, because Simon just needs some sleep and some paracetamol.
Yeah. I've got plenty of trouble.
So all I can say is come on, you Spurs. And is it still Levy out? Yeah, it is. Levy out.
Come on, you Spurs.
He won't be good.